All right, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And then, if this is the first time you're watching us, this is even the first edition of this one where I just have time to talk to you. And this video is not going to be edited in any way. That's because I want to be plain so that we can just talk to ourselves. And I'll be talking according to some of the lessons that I've learned since when I began trading. And then I've got series of questions here from OKS that I need to answer to you guys, and then we'll be talking about them and taking them one after the other so that we can be able to learn one and two things from the market today. So that's actually going to help us a lot because there are a lot of people in the market right now who are struggling to make money. And with this kind of knowledge coming into the system, or just me telling you tonight, I think it's going to help you all a lot. And then I'll be taking my time to explain them to you. Shout out to OKS for bringing this type of questions. And then I must say, they are doing a very good job, and this is going to help everybody on my platform now. So I'll be taking the questions one after the other, and then we'll be answering them. And you see, the first one that we have is all made up of the tools that we use in our crypto journey, the strategies, and then the features inside OKS. We'll be talking about some of them, and then when we go further into it, we'll talk about some of the psychological and the psychological understanding of the market, and then the disciplines that you need to adopt. And we'll end it by talking about how we can protect ourselves while trading on our application. So it's not mainly based on OKS. I'm not forcing you to trade on OKS, but if you want a good platform to trade on, then you should go for OKS because I have so much trust for them, and then I'm using them for a very long time now. So they send some questions over to us, and then I'll be addressing them in my video one after the other. So this was LFM, and I will be talking about one of them. So let's take the first one. They said, which OKS tool helps beginners learn and then execute better trades? So we should talk about the tools that we use inside, or the tools that I use inside my OKS application, which helps me a lot. So one thing that you guys need to know is this will be a very deep conversation, a very long one, and this is actually going to be one of our longest videos. So let's start it from there. For myself, I actually use the application on my phone, and then I use the Windows version, which is on my PC. So that's very cool. And then I use the one on my PC to make the market analysis, while I use the one on my phone to enter the trade. That's simple. That's how I do my own. And then the first tool that I appreciate very much is the demo trade. You see, one thing that you guys need to be appreciating is all these platforms that have introduced the demo trading feature. With demo trading feature, all the strategies that you are learning or you have learned from various PDF files or resources that your mentors, and then you have just, maybe you have found it out by yourself, and those materials that you are learning, the only way to practice them is by going into this demo trading application or this feature. Once you are there, you can execute or even practice all the skills that you have learned from your materials. Once you go there, you are not going to risk real money. It's not like the traditional or the other one, or the one that we have been using, where after learning you must test it with real money. This one is not so. You use demo trading. Demo trading, most people or more people call it paper trading, where the company, just like the OKS, the application will supply you with demo money, or let me just say, they are just values that they'll be giving you, which are not real money. But with that, you can be able to use them to trade on their application, just that you will not get to withdraw the profit that you have made. But I think it's a good initiative, and then you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. All the things that you have learned in crypto, if there should be any particular way that you can use them or practice them to see if they are effective or not, then this should be the demo trading feature, because with that, you are not only protecting your capital, you're also shaping how what you want to do in the market. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Then the second one is copy trading. So as you are a learner, you are not actually going to be gambling with your money. So if you have studied or you are learning how to trade and you are not getting comfortable, and then the consistent results you want to be getting, you are not getting them, the only advice that I give people who have tried so much, not under me though, If nobody under me has ever gone too far to say they haven't gotten or they are not making consistent income, but other people who just needed an advice without trying to be under me or learn from me, I only tell them the other ways that you can do if you are not getting consistent profit is by giving your money to an experienced trader. Not that you are giving them physical money. On the OKS application, there's a feature called copy trading, where the person there who is doing the copy trading will be your lead trader, then you'll be the copy trader. Anything they post there, you put your money there and automatically enter any trade or any market. It actually happens with your money. Okay, so basically they are the ones holding your money for you, and anytime they make money, you also make money. Anytime they lose, you also lose. There's a feature on the OK's application like that that will help you to make money while others are making money. So you just have to follow somebody who you trust. You look at the analysis and their previous data according to how much money they have made, and then how much profit, how much consistent they were or they are. You look at all of it and then you see if it is they are somebody that you can trust with your money. Okay, that's very cool. Then the third one is the trading view. One thing that I love very much about this OKS is that instead of going to the trading view website to go and make your analysis there, you can equally use the same trading view inside your OKS application. That's for people who are using their laptops or monitors to trade. Once you go into your application and you are making your market analysis, especially futures and sports, you can just click there. There's a feature there that you can click on, and then it takes you to where you can just view your market analysis. You search for any coin that you want to trade, then you make your deep analysis about the coin, and then you are good to go. The fourth one is the OKS Learn. There's a feature on the OKS application that's offering free academies or free lessons that you can just learn, and then it's an educational hub, and then beginners, if you're a beginner, you don't need like 20 tools or anything. You just need 3 to 4 of them, and then you are good to go. Okay. If you are learning and then you want to make money online, one of the best ways is to get to this OKS new features that they have brought into the system. And one of them is where you can learn for free with nobody charging you any amount of money at all. So I think that's very, very cool. And you guys should be able to make use of them. Now, we should be moving to the next question. So let me just head over there and then I get the second question for us. What do we have for today? So let me just get in here. Okay. Let me just go to the second question and see if we have it ready available from OKS. All right. So the next question, let me just go the same pattern that we just explained right now. I'll need to refresh my page and then I see if it is here. Okay. So the same one. All right. So they said, how does a trader build a simple, effective, and then let me just take it one more time. How does a trader build a simple, effective trading plan? How do you build a simple and an effective plan? That's for people who are just starting. So the first answer is that you should pick one trading style. You see, there are people who are in the market, they are just changing their styles, they are changing different strategies. They use this strategy today and it does not work. Tomorrow they are using another one again, it does not work. Another one again every day like that. That is not how to trade. You pick a strategy when it works for you, whether sports or futures trading that you are doing. Pick a strategy. If it doesn't work for you, you should make sure you trade with it up to 5 times. That's where the paper trading or the demo trading comes to play, because that's as I'm saying that you need to use that strategy to trade like 5 of that trade, and then you determine whether you have made more wins. With that, you cannot be using your real money to be testing that, because if it does not go well, you are the one going to lose money. That's where the paper trading or the demo trading is very, very important. So you should have a trading plan, just one trading style, and you are good to go. If it does not work, after trading up to 5 times with that strategy, move to another one and you do the same thing. But surely there will be one of them where you'll be able to get to understand where, let me just say this way, you will get more wins. So once you get more wins, what do you have to do? You just have to master more or learn more about that strategy, and then you go deep into it. Once you are doing that, you just realize that you have become so perfect in that particular strategy. So I think this is something that you guys need to know very, very well. So another thing is, you set your entry and then your exit. Yes, you need to do that. You should be able to know how to set your entry, where to set your exit, and then it's basically talking about your take profit and then your stop loss. Yes. Anytime you are trading, before you even enter the trade, you must know how much you are risking on that particular trade, how much you are making and how much you are losing in case the trade goes against you. I always advise my people, and just like you are hearing right now, I always tell them that anytime you are trading, you should know, well, no matter how perfect you are in the strategy making or the market analysis, you should always be ready that the market might go against you, because you are not the one controlling the market, and then the market is not yours. So there's no way your trade is going to be 100% accurate. That's because the market formation or the prices formation, whether the market goes up or goes down, is not determined by you, but rather this instrument of demand and supply. So once you are trying to buy, another person is in the market trying to sell. So you are predicting that the market goes up. Somebody is saying it must go down. So you know that it is not always going to be in your favor. It must sometimes go in your favor and sometimes go in the favor of the other person you are trading against. Okay. That's very good. That's why you need to be very much mindful of how much you lose per trade. It's very important. So whenever you are going to trade, there's a feature on this OKS application again, where you'll be able to calculate how much you are going to lose if the trade goes against you. And then I always tell my people that they should just risk from 2% to 3% of their account, especially people who have from $50 to $100 worth of account. That's the capital they are using to trade. I always tell them, make sure to win your trade or risk it small, small. It's best to make your money in bits than to try to gamble it or even multiply it quickly, which can lead you to lose everything that you have spent so much time building. Hope you understand. So I do not actually appreciate people who wants to maybe make lots of money within a single day. I don't like those type of people. So I always tell them, relax. When the markets want you to benefit, you benefit, but don't rush it. When the market is ready, nobody will tell you. You will just start to be appreciating it and be seeing that, oh, my strategy is working and I'm making money. I think there's one thing that you guys also need to realize. Now, the other thing, let me just go to the other question. They said, what trading strategies do you recommend for slow learners or those who are with busy schedules? Okay, so let me just say this way. What strategy do you have for people who are so busy sometimes, or who are not used to um the trading, and then they are very slow? Then the first one should be the copy traders. Since you are not going to be available to be trading, or you don't have the skills to be trading, it is best to hire a lawyer. The lawyer is your lead trader or the copy trading that you'll be going to. Just give it to a reliable person or a reliable trader that you have confidence in, that you know they are doing very well. You can just on the same OKS application, the feature there of copy trading is there, and then you can just go search among all the people who are doing the copy trading, and then the one that is doing well, that you think that their profit level is very high, you put your money on them. Anytime they trade, it automatically trace your money too. So that's very cool. And then the second answer that I can give you should be swing trading. Okay. If you are slow or you are busy, you don't have time to be trading, or you just don't have the skills, you should practice or you should learn swing trading. Swing trading is not like our own, where you must be trading daily, or you must be in the market every single day for it to be making money, or you should be doing scalping. Scalping are the people that they make money quickly and then they lose money quickly. Yeah, it's actually very true. So you see, the scalpers are people who make immediate money. So they set their take profit to, or they take this sorry, so their entry is always 5%, 5 minutes or 1 minute. Yeah, so quickly they realize their profit and then they go away or they go enter another trade again. But day traders like myself, our analysis are based on bigger high time frames like the 4 hours or 1 hour or even 1 day time frame. So that's to just say the maximum that our trade can last, it should be 3 days or 2 days. It's not a must. You can leave your trade to last for over 3 months and above. But I'm saying like a day trader who wants to be making money consistently, the maximum you can keep your trade should be up to 3 days. Okay. That's not so bad. Now, let me just see if we have another question that we can talk about. So they said, how can someone track their progress and improve over time? How can you track your progress if you are a beginner? Yes, this one is for beginners. If you are a beginner, you should be taking note of whatever you are doing. Okay, you need to keep journal, maybe a book where you write your things. Yes, before you practice your strategy, you must first know when you are entering the market. You must first know why you entered it, how it went. Okay, after the strategy or after the trade, you come back to assess it and see if you have made any mistake or there's anything you need to correct. You should look at all of these things. Why did I enter this trade? What did I see? Yes, the strategy told me to do this, and then I went this way, and then you need to be able to evaluate what you have done. So, and then you see if you have made profit or not. If there's a loss, just make sure to find that problem to see if you are really the cause or you made a mistake. You should be able to access all of these things and check them every time you trade. You must have a reason behind your trade. If not, you are just gambling with your money. So let's move to the next part, which is psychology and discipline. Now, the first question there is, why is mindset so important in trading? Okay, mindset is so important. Okay, yeah, because you need to be very much disciplined. If yes, it's very very important because the market makers, they don't just punish you because you lack knowledge. They punish you because you lack discipline. That's the only thing that can just make you lose a lot of money. If you are not disciplined, you need to be certain that this is the amount of money I need to risk on this trade, and you don't have to. Maybe you see that maybe I've made enough profit and I need to increase it and those ones. Then you begin to over leverage and all of those ones. When I say over leverage, just means you risk more than necessary, and then your leverage level is also very high, while you are also risking too much money. That's the over leveraging, basically. So mindset, being disciplined is one of the main characters that you need to adopt into yourself to be able to make good amount of money. Yes. So the next question, they said, how do you stay disciplined after losses or bad trades? Um, how do I stay disciplined? Okay. Um, what do I do? So what I basically do is any time that I lose money, what I do is I don't attack the market. I I keep it. Okay. I try to evaluate to see what did I do wrong, what is my setup, and what mistake did I do, and then even beyond that, what I do again is to check the sentimentals and fundamentals. When I talk about sentimentals, it talks about some of the news that are beyond us, that maybe somebody made a tweet about a particular coin, and that's exactly the coin that I'm trading. It will make the market to fluctuate, whether to go up or down. If like an Elon Musk talks about any particular coin right now, in a positive way, you will see that more people are going to buy into that coin. But then imagine if I am selling, predicting that the market goes down, and Elon Musk is telling people to buy this coin, people will buy, and I'll lose money. So that one is beyond my control. But then I make sure the ones that are within my control, I try to save it, look at them very well, and trade in that direction. Okay, that's the easiest way I make money from the market. So anytime I lose any trade or I enter any bad trade, I keep it as a data. I don't attack the market. Okay, I just pause, I reevaluate, and then I check my setup very well. And if there's anything like maybe I broke any one of my rules, there are rules. Okay, I have a lot of rules for trading. So if I break any one of them, I just go back to see if there's anything that I can do to correct it. Okay. Yeah. So That's very, very good. I don't trade with emotions. That's one thing that you guys need to know. Now, another question again. What habit makes what habits make the market different from a losing trader and a smart trader? Okay, so I need to tell you the differences between somebody who is just doing a guesswork. You are just guessing or you are just gambling. That's the losing trader. You are losing, oh, but you are not learning. You don't want to learn at all. And then the difference between that kind of person and then a smart trader. Let me just say it this way: that a smart trader will always wait for confirmation. Yes, as if you are smart, you must know your entry point. You must confirm it before you enter the trade. But some other people, they just enter the market after making few analysis, seeing this, and then they rush to enter the market without waiting for the main point of maybe a retest or a reverse. Yes, they don't do that. They just enter the market just like that. That's one of the worst ways you can trade as a trader or somebody who is just having the edge to trade. You should not be having the edge. You should master, you should learn how to trade before you trade. Not that people are trading, people are making money, they just rush to see. No, there are things, there are materials. When you come to me, if you are my student, I guide you. There are things that you need not to know. You don't have to know them as a beginner. And then I take it in three levels. If you're a beginner, I know the kind of files that you need to have access to. If you are an intermediate, I know you are in the middle of something. You have the basics, but you are practicing, you are building on something. So I know what you need at that time. And if you become or you have passed that, I also know the kind of material that I will provide to you. But when I mix all of them together and then I give to you, you will not be able to know what you should study first. And that is one of the worst things that I can ever do to you. It's very bad. I need to know the level you are, what I can provide you, and what you must learn. But more as I am just putting everything on you, I am just making you to suffer because you'll be losing a lot of money and you wouldn't even be able to identify the mistakes. Okay. Now, one other thing is the difference, yes, the same thing, the difference between the losing trader and then the smarter trader, okay? So the other one is taking small profit. If as I am a smart trader, I'll call myself a smart trader today. Since I am a smart trader, I take profit. Whenever I make profit, I don't wait for the market to go to 500% profit, 600% profit. I don't do that. I take profit even if it demands that I close the trade. I'll close it even if it is $100 and then I see there will be a reverse. I don't wait for the market to lose or even calm down. I'll close it and wait for the perfect time to enter it again, or I'll go away, look for another trade to enter. That's the one of the worstest thing you can ever do. Or if I do not want to close it, I just close part of the profit, like I close 50% or 60% or 70%, then I move my stop loss to entry. Whenever I move my stop loss to entry, it's just telling me that whenever the trade is coming against me, you imagine I've already closed part of it. So whenever it is going against me and then it comes to my entry point, the trade will close. We call it break even. Without break even, you are neither losing nor making money. So it's a draw thing. But remember, you have already closed part of it. So when everything is gone, you already have that profit. It's one of the worstest thing you can do as a trader. So if you are just learning, get this part so you must know. I made videos about all of these things and explain them. You must know how to take profit and then you take back profit and then you move your stop loss to entry. Yes, so you should also respect your stop loss. If you are a trader, you should be able to respect your stop loss. You know how much you are losing before you enter the trade. I've already explained that, so I don't want to go deep into it. Then the other one that I almost forgot is having a trading plan. Without a trading plan, guy, you will lose money. You keep on losing money until you learn sense. But if you are not learning sense, you just continue to be losing. So one thing that you must know is to have a journal, write the things down whenever you enter a trade, write the strategy that made you to enter that trade and why you entered it, what you saw. And after trading, you know whether you have lost or you have won. Just know what you have done right that made you to win and what you have done wrong that made you to lose. And then I am saying that there are other things that might be beyond you. And one of them I explained them, which is sentimentals, which are the news that I just explained. Then the other one is the fundamental. It's also kind of news, but they are news that affect the crypto market very, very much. They are news that affect the dollar, and then the dollar has its own effect on the BTC that we trade. And you guys know BTC is the, let me just say, the biggest of all other crypto coins that we trade. So if anything happens to the BTC, it also affects the other primary coins that we have been trading. Even the altcoins and the meme coins, they are all following, or most of them, 98% of them follows BTC. So you must know what you are doing. Now the next one is, if any tips for controlling emotions when the market moves too fast. Okay, so is there any tip for you if you think that the market is moving very fast? Now, one thing that you guys need to know is, when you are trading, you are not a scalper. I am a day trader. So as a day trader, I don't go ahead to be looking at the 1 minute time frame. Once I am doing that, the market, I don't know, my face, I don't know how to explain it, but it moves very fast. You see one candlestick here, 1 minute later, you see another candlestick here. It's just going up like that, up and down like that. It's so much frightening. So if you don't want to get frightened, the best thing you can do is to zoom out easily. Once you zoom out, what you are going to do is to just put it on the 1 day time frame, or even the 4 hours time frame. And more as you are doing that, you will be generalizing the market, be able to see it in a wider way. Once you are trading like that, or you are making analysis in that way, you'll be able to make or even know the general movement of the market. And if you see it in the 1 day time frame before moving it down to the 4 hours time frame, you'll be able to know what will happen in 2 days. So you trade in that direction. But more as you are just looking at 1 minute time frame, you will make lots of losses, because you are not going to know what will happen in the next 30 minutes. You should be able to know that as a good trader, especially when you are not scalping. Okay. Now, the other question, let me see. Now we are moving to protecting yourself while trading. How can you protect yourself? Now, they said, what are some of the safety rules that every new trader must follow? There are a couple of them that you guys need to practice. Now, the first one that I can give you is, you should be able to only risk what you can afford to lose. That's one of the best advices that I can give you. Only the money you can afford to lose. You don't go ahead and be trading any amount that you like. Maybe you have $100 inside your account and you are using $50 on a single trade. You don't do that. There was a time, you see, one thing that I do, I don't know, I think that's the best thing that I can offer to my people. So I always tell them, if you are just starting out and you don't want to go by the demo way, or where you use demo to trade until you are confident with the market before you start using real money. If you don't want to do that and you want to go straight to the business, use only $10. That $10 is what you are going to use to access, or yes, to master the markets before you even start using big money. You need to be able to understand some of the features that they have, be able to set your leverage. You must master leverage using, or you should be able to use your leverage very well, according to what I'm teaching you. All right, so I'm back again. My camera actually went off, and then I needed to set it one more time. So we were on the protecting yourself while trading, and then we were on what safety rules should every new trader follow. So the second thing I wanted to mention is, you need to avoid trading when you are emotional. Maybe you are sad or you are too happy. I don't think your hobby should be trading. You should trade when you are mentally stable or you are emotionally stable, and you don't just start trading anytime that you want. And then you need to respect your stop loss very, very well. You should not just be entering the trade and then you expect that the market will go well by you, so there's no need for stop loss. You don't trade like that. The more as you are doing that, you are more like gambling, because there are times that the market fluctuates and boom, anything that just drop, and then you are unaware. So if you do not have stop loss, it will mean the money inside your account, the whole capital will be gone within just few minutes. Okay, so you should have a best practice that you use as a crypto trader, whether you are just starting up or you are intermediate. You should be able to learn all of these things and respect the stop loss very, very much. Now the next question, they said, how does OKS help traders protect users from risky trades or market manipulation. So the one thing that I will always create OKS for is the built-in alert system that they have. So anytime there's any news inside the market, they will always update you through notification. There's a price update where BTC moved to a certain price, they will let you know. Then one thing that I always love from them is the liquidation warning. So anytime there's a liquidation, which is a major one, they can tell you, okay, or they tell you after it happens. Any one of them is also appreciable. So I think these are some of the things that we need to talk about. So they said, what red flags should traders avoid when making decisions? What are some of the red flags that they need to avoid? Okay, so they need to avoid signals. You see people they are just taking signals. You need to stop taking signals from people who do not have any proof or history of what they are doing. If there's any trader that is giving you signal, you should be able to make or even see what they have done already, or their community, what they have done with their community earlier. Not that they will just tell you, I share signals or I'm giving signals, then you just rush in to go and take the signals. It does not work like that. Even though some other ones work like that, but I don't think it's a good practice, because you should be able to know why they entered a particular trade, and you should be able to see their data, their pattern, what they are doing and what made them to enter the market. You should be able to know. That should be explained to you. I think that's one of the good things that you should be doing to protect yourself. Now, people give you guaranteed profit. You should always hold them very much accountable. If anybody tells you this is a guaranteed profit, this strategy gives 100%, you run away, because the market is not belonging to them. The market is not for anybody. We are all predicting, we are all analyzing. Just that some people have good trading strategies, but none of them is better than the other. Okay, so you should just know that and always run away from people telling you that they have guaranteed profit. The market fluctuates sometimes, and as I was saying, there are some of the occurrences that are beyond our control. Just like the sentimentals and also the fundamentals, there are news that comes that you cannot control. So the ones that are controllable, let's make sure we control those ones, and the ones that we are not able to foresee, they can happen and then they can affect anybody. Okay, yes. So let's just also, if there are other people telling you on social media that this coin is coming on and then it's already up 300%, and you do not know the project team, yes, and the sponsors, all of those ones, you don't know anything about them. It's just a random coin just blowing up overnight. Do not put money, because I've been there, I've lost money, and it has taught me so much to be patient and do my own research before I put money to any coin. We call it FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay, so yes. Now another question: how can beginners spot fake signals, scams, or misleading trading tips? If you are a trader, how will you be able to spot fake signals? If there is any signal that is fake, how will you be able to know? Because the other thing you need to look at is, if you are a beginner, how will you be able to tell if the strategy or the signal is fake? Okay, so first thing, that just like I just mentioned, if they are not showing you the track record of what they have done earlier with their community or the people they have given the same signals to before you came, you should run away. It might be a scam. Okay, and then if they push you to bring the money at fast, come on, let's trade, and all of those ones, you know that they are desperate for something, do not give it to them. Do not take their signal at all. And also, if they are not explaining what they are doing, somebody enters a trade and they are not able to tell you why they entered that particular trade, I think you should be suspicious. Yes, you should be very much suspicious. They should be able to tell you, this is the reason why I entered this market, and this is the strategy that I use. In my community, I do that all the time. Anytime I enter any trade, I tell my people, this is the strategy I use. Maybe I use RSI, and then it is beyond the 80% upper band. I tell them, and then I am teaching them in that way, so that they will also be able to become like me or know the things just like I do. So if I'm not able to explain to them what I am doing, how do I expect them to master it one day? Yes, that's where you need to also do that. You need to hold them responsible. If they are not able to do it, just run away. Now we will talk about growth, confidence, and long-term success. The question is, how can beginners turn leading okay, how can beginners turn learning into consistent improvement? Now there should be a pattern that I'll teach you right now. The first one, you need to learn. You need to learn your strategy. There are files, there are materials that are in a system. Even I have some, if you need, I can give them to you. That you need to learn. After learning, you must test it to see if it is working. And that's where demo account comes in, or demo trading on the OKS application comes in, which is the paper trading as well. Then the third one, after testing it, you must review it. You review your strategy. Then you adjust. Adjusting is when you are finished trading. So you have lost some, you have won some. You should adjust it, see your mistakes, review it to see your mistake, what you have done right and what you have done wrong. If you have lost, what did you do wrong? If you are right, what did you do right? So you just make sure you evaluate all of these things and you see where your problem is, and then you try to solve it. That's the best you can do for yourself. Then the fifth one, which is the last point, is to repeat it. Once you get everything right, after learning, after testing, after reviewing, after adjusting, you must repeat the whole process to see if it will work the same way for you. If it does, continue doing it that way. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, and that's the wisest way you can make money online as a crypto trader. Okay, so the next thing that we need to talk about is the next question. Okay, what is the biggest breakthrough traders have once they start understanding the market? Which level do you reach, then you'll be able to realize, no, right now I've made a breakthrough. I now understand everything about trading. And yes, what do you see before you know? Okay, what I can say is, when you reach that level, what you start noticing is that you stop chasing the market. You'll not be running after the market again. All you do is to wait for the market to come into your setup. You have your setup, waiting for the market to draw close to it or draw into your entry. Then you enter the market. When you reach that level, you know that you are doing everything right. The only thing that will beat you are the ones that you cannot control, like the sentimental, and then the market fluctuation, the fundamentals, and also market manipulation. If the market is manipulated, you see a fluctuation. And that one is even beyond the sentimentals and fundamentals. Those one you can't control it. So yes, when you reach that level, you know that you have patience for the market. And you know, whenever it comes to your entry, you are making money big. Why do you have to rush and be chasing the market? You will be chasing it, trying to get your entry and all of those things. And before you know, you are not so certain about it and you have lost money. Yes, so we need to be mindful. Now, another question, they are asking me, what's your, is that the last one? Okay, what's your final advice to someone who wants to learn trading the smart way? Okay, so the best advice that I can give you guys, as somebody who is just beginning, my advice to you is to relax, don't rush. You need to just pick one strategy. You don't have to rush or even have out to like 5 strategies, 6, and all of those ones. Just pick one. That is after your learning, your testing, your reviews, your adjustment, and you start to repeat. More as you are doing that, you'll be able to become good in the market and you'll be making money. So just one strategy that you have mastered. You pick one exchange, which I am recommending OKS to you because it's one of the friendliest exchanges that you can use in the crypto market right now. And one routine, that's the strategy. So that's very cool. And then you must master it before you try to do the advanced people's thing. If you're a beginner, behave like a beginner. If you are an advanced person or you're intermediate, behave as such. You don't just start and be jumping into things. Okay, you don't do that. And you must know patience is consistency. If you are not patient, you will never be consistent. You will just be flipping around, going around, doing all sorts of things that you should not be doing. And now that brings us to the end of this lecture. Okay, let me call it lecture. So let me tell you this. I always wanted you guys to win, and then I always also wanted a forum where I can speak without going around to edit to remove some of the mistakes that I have made. So I am not going to edit this video. If I have made mistakes somewhere, or have there are words that I didn't mention well, I hope you look beyond that and see what I am teaching you. I hope you understand. So that's actually very cool. And then I love this. This is a podcast, and this will be our very first one. And you guys need to support to see it go through. Okay. So that's very cool. And then we call it the Hustle FM, where I'll be teaching you more things that I know about crypto. I can sit down. I always wanted a forum where I can just sit down, talk about what I know about crypto, because I have over 5 years experience. This is the difference between me and the other people who are just content creators who are not traders, because they can't have a full day sitting down talking about crypto or what they know in the market, because they don't have much experience. But me, I've always been trading, so I have more to talk about. We can talk from morning to evening, but I always don't like editing, so I think I can just make this one raw and send to you guys, and you look beyond the mistakes and all of those things and see the knowledge that I'm imparting into you. So go ahead, subscribe to my channel if you are new, like this video, and comment down below if you have learned anything from this. And then I'll see you in the other episode that I'll be bringing to you very soon. And then in the next one, I think I'll be talking about some of the ways that you can earn free crypto from some popular applications that we have, and you are not going to invest anything. I think that should be the next one, and I'll see you soon. Bye.